Hello! Welcome to Quadball Fantasy, the podcast that brings you closer to the most exciting and friendly quadball competitions across the globe. Whether you're looking to play or to volunteer, join us as we dive into the heart of regional teams' efforts to provide entertaining gatherings, where the gameplay matters and so does the social. Let's get started. I'm your host, Camila, and today we're going to cover another exciting fantasy tournament taking place in the beginning of the calendar, the Lioness Bowl. Welcome to today's episode of Quadball Fantasy, Tournament Director of the Lioness Bowl, Beatrice Segalini from Brescia's Bombarda Brixia Quadball Club. Hello Bea, welcome.
Hi.
Thank you for joining us today. I had the pleasure to be part of the last year edition of the Lioness Bowl, and I was very excited to hear that you were going to do it once again this year. Could you please share with our audience a little bit about the history of the Lioness Bowl? How did your team come up with the idea?
Okay, so the Lioness Bowl was actually our second fantasy tournament because in 2019, so before the COVID hit, we actually organized a first trial of a fantasy tournament organized by my team called the Swim, the Summer War in Magno. So it was like Brescia history team fantasy. It was quite successful. We had a lot of fun. So after COVID, we decided to go back to it. And since many people in our team are kind of into football, American football, we decided to give it a twist and create tournaments with some American football vibes. Hence the name Lioness Bowl. Lioness because the lion and the lioness is one of the symbol of Brescia, of our town. So we kept the Brescia theme tournament, but also with like an outlook to this American style idea. So basically we invented some mascots for our team, which were representing special places related to the history of Brescia. And basically from there, everything was born. We had 2 editions already, and this year is going to be the 3rd.
Wow, this is really cool. Could you tell me a little bit about those mascots?
So the first edition had the 6 mascots representing 6 different places in the city center. So starting from the Capitolium Jesters, the orange team representing a funny clown for the Roman square of Brescia. Palata Butchers, black team for the former guardian, like representing a guardian of a former prison in the city center in the Middle Ages. Then the Castle Knight, with the mascot being the ghost of the Castle of Brescia. The Winged Victories represent blue team, representing one of the most important statues and of like history of Brescia and the symbol of the city. The Duomo Crusaders, the actual winner of the first editions, white team with a crusader representing the main church of the city. The Quiriniana Magisters, so the librarian of the most ancient library in the city. We have a Hall of Fame, so the winner of the previous bowl goes in the Hall of Fame and is replaced by a new mascot and a new team every year. Okay. The second edition had the Duomo Crusaders rises to the Hall of Fame, and was substituted to the Arnaldo Heretics with the purple team, with the Arnaldo da Brescia being one of the most important like philosophers, but like it was religious and had some pretty extreme ideas. So yeah, an heretic, pretty punk historical figure. This year, last edition was won by the Palata Butchers. So this year they're going to be replaced by another team, which will be announced on our social media. So,
Okay. So there's some mystery in there to look forward to. That's very nice. So I've seen on social media that this year the tournament dates are set for May 3rd and 4th. Could you tell us a little bit about the deadlines for application?
Yes. So the sign-up form, which includes also the jersey order, the personalized jersey order, closes on March the 31st, so the end of March. This because on April the 4th, we are going to, together with the captains of the teams, to arrange a Twitch live stream for the draft. and the teams are going to be composed during this live stream occasion.
Okay, tell me a little bit about the venue. I heard that this year you're going to a new place, the Mo Stadium.
Yes, it's a rugby stadium with an awesome pitch, to be fair. With like it's mixed synthetic and natural grass, so perfect for falling and not getting hurt. Yeah, we had to change the venue for like money reason, but I think this was a pretty great change because now we can allow people to camp there, so accommodation can be free potentially for you.
Wow, so we can camp at the rugby stadium.
Close to the rugby stadium, there's a free space, which will have also some sort of tent for having also some covered space, you are not just in the grass. So in case the weather is particularly bad, you can stay under this structure. It's close, it's very close to the pitch. It's not on the pitch, of course. We don't want to ruin the nice newly built structure. But yeah,
the pitch manager waking you up in the morning
to set up cones and hoops.
This option of bring your own tent and here's a place to camp, shower, and so on. I think it's making it very accessible for more people to consider coming. So I would like to know about the gameplay of this tournament. Will you have any special rules?
Yes, I mean, I can say that despite not being the first having this idea, probably we are the first semi-official tournament doing that, but we are going to try stickless quadball. We had quite a bit discussion in our team about what's the future of quadball, what could be next like rules in the new rule books in the future years, and we thought that might be a thing we can see in the next year in the quadball scene. So we said, why not try it first? It's not going to be only stickless quadball because, of course, everybody wants to play our beloved quadball. But we are going to have one mandatory stickless match per team in the first day of the tournament. And then if people really like that and wants to play without sticks, every match can be done like that if both teams are in agreement with that. We decided we wanted to try that, taking also inspiration from flag football. So we will signal like the knockout effect by removing a flag where worn on a side for every player. But yeah, the rulebook is going to come out on our social media and be announced in a more specific way, especially during the live stream. We will explain that on the draft, hopefully.
Wow, so on the first day, every team is going to have one match which they play without a stick. And if the majority of players enjoy it, for the second day, the games may switch to be off stick.
Yeah, we try to keep it flexible because we know it's a new thing, but we really want people to try it and we really want to try it ourselves. So what's the best occasion if not a fantasy tournament in which it's like kind of competitive, but safe and not really competitive? So yeah, we thought it was a good playground.
Wow, this is amazing. I'm very excited about this experiment, and I hope people who try it share their results later on. So let's cover one of the most interesting topics for fantasy tournaments. What is the social about?
Well, social is about good food, good drink, lots of music, fun, and like every year we try to bring something. We tried to bring something new to the social. So last year, for example, we introduced the Mario Kart tournament and the beer pong, which was kind of a success. So I think it's going to be back this year, but we have to verify with the new venue. Likely there's no problem with that. So yeah, probably it's going to be some like side games you can do. But of course, the classic dancing and music is not like excluded. It's always an option. We have a dedicated space at the venue, so you won't need to travel around for the social. And yeah, that's it, basically. Let's hope that we all have a lot of fun. I think we had 2 pretty interesting socials. Was very fun both years. So yeah, I hope to replicate again.
I had the pleasure to be part in the social of last year, and I had a ball. Like you said, the Mario Kart competition was fun, and then there were lots of beer pong and board games and lots of good food. It was very, very memorable. I remember it was hard to set on a time to go home and sleep for the next day because we all wanted to hang out with the cool people a little bit longer. And let's say somebody travels and stays until Monday morning or comes in early. Will there be any sort of casual sightseeing opportunity?
Yes, of course. Brescia is a really pretty city, I think. And the city center is a little jewel. So during both editions, we organize a small sightseeing tour on Monday morning for the people who had a late train or a late flight to catch. It will depend on how late do we end with the gameplay, but it might be something also on Sunday evening. So we'll see depending on who wants to join. Of course, we have plenty of people in the local team who can give you a ride to the city center, and then we can hang out there. I promise you it's nice.
Wow, that's excellent. So we encourage people who are filling in the sign-in form to make a little comment. I'm going to stay longer. Take me for a sightseeing tour.
I know a lot of trivia about Brescia. Lots of trivia about Brescia.
Okay, yes. We have something else to look forward to then. So to wrap up this session, I would like to ask you, is there anything else you want to add about the organization, merch, any sponsors you would like to mention?
Yes. Okay. So this tournament was mainly our like source of income. Let's call it like that. We don't do income, but like it's just self funding. So we always tried to give something back to our players for that. So also this year, I can confirm that we will have some pretty merchandise. We usually did pins, we did temporary tattoos, we did t-shirts. Also this year we'll have a limited edition t-shirt to celebrate the last edition winners. So the Palata Butcher is going to be a black t-shirt, so very wearable, everyday wearable. So yeah, if you want to support us, because yeah, there's quite an effort behind the organization. Buying some merch would be very nice, and also we like to see people with our colors around Europe, so that would be great. Also, another funny thing, a tradition, is that a local bubble tea shop in the city center, Crazy Tea, sponsors us with a big cake to celebrate the end of the tournament. We did for both editions, and so also this year in the ending ceremony is going to be cake. There's going to be cake sponsored by them, and a raffle with the prizes branded by Bombarda Brixia. So if you want to join, that is also a thing. Yeah, more or less that's it. Just one last thing I want to mention. I'm pretty sad actually in mentioning that, but I think it's right just to say it. I founded this team when I was like 17.
Wow.
More than 10 years ago. And like this year is our 10th birthday. But it's probably going to be the last edition we organize because our team is kind of struggling with recruitment and we're all getting adults. So we funded the team when we were teenagers and we had plenty of time. Now we have real jobs and rents and bills to pay. So yeah, we really love that maybe this tournament give us like the final push to bring some more people into quadball. But we don't know if there's going to be another edition of the Lioness Bowl and another season for Bombarda Brixia. So take this tournament as also a farewell to the quadball community. And I hope to see many of you there to just say goodbye to a team that I think in their like small niche did good to quadball. I mean, we also brought a NQC in Brescia, so please enjoy this last tournament, this last gift we give to you.
Wow, that's a bit of shocking news, I think, for everybody hearing this. but I have only good memories with Bombarda Brixia. I was part of the Eurovision some years ago, and I'm still your number one fan. The music you composed was just lighting any day of the pandemic lockdowns. And well, when I had the opportunity to meet you in person last year, I was just thrilled. You're all very lovely people as a team, also as members of the fantasy team. And I really like what you say of taking this tournament as a farewell party. So if there's any friends of Bombarda Brixia around Europe or further away who want to come and say hi, you're very invited to gather for the Lioness Bowl, which is going to take place the 3rd and 4th of May at the Mall Stadium this year. So thank you very much for sharing everything with us today. And we're very looking forward to your reveals on socials about the team names and the draft over Twitch, together with the special rules for the special rule book for the games that you are preparing. Thank you so much, Bea, for giving us your time.
Thank you, Cami. You're creating something very, very cool. I love the idea of this podcast. So.
All right, and hopefully see you in a month's time almost, no?
Yeah,
for the Twitch. Yeah. All right, see you soon. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you everyone for listening until the end. I would like to let you know that as of this episode, besides the Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube accounts, you can find Quadball Fantasy on a Telegram channel. In this channel, we will be sharing dates and deadlines for participating in different tournaments. So if you have Telegram, consider joining us. Thanks and see you in the next episode. Bye!